So with the Japanese and the Soviet Union event ending today and a lot of things happening over the past few months, a lot of people are asking when is the new update? And the new update is going to be quite interesting, and that is the fact that the new update is going to be including a few things that we do not know yet. So this entire video is just a speculation, but a lot of people have been asking me what do I want for the next update? And there are a lot of things that I actually want for the next update. So without further ado, let's just get started with the intro. Starting with the first one is the Italian uniforms. For those who don't know, Italy still does not even have the summer or winter uniforms, despite the fact that they, like the United Kingdom, are one of the biggest factions in World War II. Not to mention the fact that the British, as of right now, have winter uniforms, and this is not even mentioning the fact that even the Chinese, which they only have 2 premium squads, have winter uniforms, so that's kind of sad. The Italians technically have summer uniforms, but they haven't been imported to their summer uniform outfits, such as Berlin, Normandy, and etc., and they certainly do not have their winter uniform, so that is something for Enlisted to do. But if Enlisted does that, it'll be quite an interesting gimmick for everyone to have. On the other hand, we do have another thing, and that is the Manchuria map. The testing of the USSR versus Japan has been gone pretty well. I do have to say that after the testing, it appears that it is pretty dang balanced. The only difference is the fact that if you have more people, the better you have. AKA, if you have more people on your team, the more likely of a chance that you can win, which is actually not surprising at all. On the other hand, it is appearing that the Soviet Union has better weapons overall and equipment, so that is something to look after. But to talk about the map, we have to talk about the Manchuria map. It is expected that Enlisted does give us a Manchuria map, and I do think it is time to give us a new map, mainly because of the fact that, well, the testing has pretty much been over, and there is nothing a lot that Enlisted can do except for just give us the map. Making a map is not that bad of a deal, considering that the fact that in 2 days, or to be exact 3 days, August the 9th, we are having the official Soviet invasion of Manchuria. This was historically done by the Soviets in World War II, and it lasted pretty much a few days, and that is one thing that a lot of people are talking about. And last thing we have to talk about is a new Japanese bomber. Enlisted really recently have been giving Japan a lot of new planes/weapons, so that's pretty good. But in today's case, we do have to talk about giving Japan a new bomber, and just to be exact, is a 2-engine light bomber. This is nothing heavy like, for example, the super heavy bombers such as the B-17 or whatever for the Americans. But in today's case, we do want a somewhat similar of a Ju-188 for the Japanese, and this could potentially be the P-1Y1. This is actually much more similar to the Tu-2 than the Ju-188, but this is essentially a Japanese light bomber that is actually quite quick and has a lot of defensive armaments. And when I mean a lot of defensive armaments, I mean 2 20mm defensive cannons, and that's it. You can outrun a P-51, but it's pretty limited, and in terms of payload, I think we should give the plane 2 500-kilogram bombs, so that's pretty good. Needless to say, I do think Japan needs a new light bomber, because as of right now, Japan does not have a new light bomber. But needless to say, this is what I think Enlisted should do for the next update. There's actually not a lot of things that Enlisted could do in terms of fixing bugs and whatnot, not to say that there are no bugs, but the fact that I think everyone wants a few new content in the game, so that's pretty good. So without further ado, have a great day guys, and I'll see you in the next one.